Alright, and we're back for the second half of our podcast.
Dose.
Where it's pretty much in honor of the crappy new third Transformers movie. It's pretty much Transformers hour right now.
Yay. No, please don't turn it off. Don't turn it off yet. We understand.
Which I want to start this with a story from one day when I was at work. When they had me working in toys.
As long as you don't say once upon a time, we're okay.
Shut the heck up. Anyways, I was working...
time ago.
In a faraway place. No.
I was in the toy section just putting away stuff, and I like being in the toy section because I like playing around with the toys as I put stuff away. But what's your...
You're a grown man. Alright, go ahead. I go ahead, buddy.
But what you call it? This guy came to me and it was like, "Do you have like it was Ironside?" And because when the first Transformers movie came out, he was like, "Do you have Ironside?" And I was just looking around like, it's Ironside. Who
remembers Ironside?
Exactly. he was looking for an Ironside little toy for his kid, and I was just like, "I don't know. I had to check the PDA real quick." He was like, "You don't know who Ironside is?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Don't you know Transformers?" I was like, "Yeah, but not these Transformers." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I grew up on Generation 2 of Beast Wars and Beast Machines." I was like, "I don't know these old early 80s crap Transformers." And he just looked at me and I was just like, "Oh." And I was just like, "Yeah."
I'd been more surprised if he came in and asked for a Jazz. He'd been like, "Oh, they don't make that model no more."
Did they ever make one?
No,
exactly.
Yeah, right.
But
most racist robot I've ever seen, besides getting mid flap.
But yeah, this conversation is pretty much going to focus more around Generation 2 people. So besides for Optimus Prime, and we're going to be calling Optimus Primal.
Like, set it up proper.
Just so people can be sure who we're talking about.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is you're gonna have to correct me again like we did earlier, because I'm not gonna remember names. I just remember what they were. Like, for instance, I remember the Raptor.
I got Fox.
That works
nice.
out. That works.
Yeah, but no, it's because that was my favorite character. He was the one who was the Decepticon who later became
Dinobot.
Yeah, and he later became
Maximal.
Yeah. See.
But that was
gonna work out perfect.
That was the funny part when the first movie came out, because like I said, I had not watched any of the original Transformers. When I was trying to talk about it with people, I kept using what you call it, the Decepticons and Predacons, and the Predacons and Maximals, and like people were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, "Oh yeah, Decepticons and Autobots."
Yeah, see, I know them as Decepticons. I forgot they were Predacons. Like, oh man, you didn't.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You never watched none of the Beast Wars?
Nope.
Okay.
They didn't get Beast Wars in Poland, huh?
Okay, for some of the people that don't know this, and the original Transformers, the good guys were called the Autobots and the bad guys were called the Decepticons. But when Transformers went off air, when they decided to bring it back,
now we call a girl a guy that looks like a girl Decepticon. That's how it all works out. It all works out that way.
But what you call it, when they...
That's not from experience.
But I'm not even going to talk about that.
I'll say a word on this, but I'm going to shut up.
Exactly. But when they decided to bring it back years later, they decided to go from robots. They were still robots in the skies, but instead of dressed up like cars.
It's always robots. Yeah.
I know. But instead of cars, they went more animalistic. So they went from Decepticons, the bad guys, to Predacons, like predators, animals of prey. And the Autobots went to the Maximals. Don't ask what that
especially since I used to get mad when people used to go, "Did you ever notice that they're all like the Predacons are all like aggressive like animals that like eat meat and all this, and then the other ones, the mammals, are not like they're a mammal." And I'm like, last time I checked, cheetahs eat meat, so stop it.
Yeah, but I mean, Cheetor didn't really do that.
But no, I'm just saying, like, I used to get mad at that. They'd be like they were trying to make them like the bastion of like, if you're a vegan or something like that. Like, no, it had nothing to do with that. You're reading in too much.
I'll give you that. Just the Predacons had just the better transformations, which is awesome. Yeah, so I suck saying, "Oh, they get a stealth jet."
Yeah,
for
he's a pterodactyl and whatnot, and the other ones. I mean, I don't remember the one who flew. It was he's a wasp.
Oh, wasp.
Waspinator. Waspinator was the man. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I mean, I don't remember them flying the mammals.
Right?
Yeah, but this is when they become animals. This is before. What I liked about the Beast Wars, though, what I liked is when you get to like later seasons, they actually tie it in to the original Transformers, and I was like, that is so cool. Like, I can go into like how. Again, I don't know. Am I getting too far ahead?
Yeah, you're getting a little.
Okay, let me pull it back because I can really go. I can go into like all the seasons almost. And
we'll get there, but I want to mainly like go from season to season first.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know it in season. I just know.
No. I don't plan to like talk about specific details.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not in the beginning. You're going too far, man.
All right.
But how when the third Transformers movie came out, they released the first season. Well, re-released the first season of Beast Wars, and I'm gonna buy. I know. It's like when you watch it, you realize how they go from like super corny and kiddie to these really adult stories later on in the series.
Yeah, when they start getting into like the creation of man and all that, I was like, wow.
But when you're watching the first season, it's hilarious because they straight up just constantly look at the camera saying, "These Beast Wars are atrocious." I'm like, come on, you're just like name dropping every 5 seconds. But then you can also begin to appreciate, because in the first season again, they had this whole episode where they're like, "Oh, we can't go into the water," and they show the water, and this whole thing is done. Like the first season that people didn't know about was the first season of Beast Wars was actually just a big demo test for the PS1. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all running on pretty much just PS1 software. It's just like Sony's just pretty much saying what they can do with the system.
Wow.
And then later on they upgrade from beyond that, because when you look at like the water animations for the first season, it is horrid trash. But when they get to like the season 4, they have full-on battles underneath the water. You can just really see how they just upgraded from then.
Well, I always loved the fact that, I don't know if people understood it, but like in the original Transformers, I never understood why they became cars and all that, and then everybody goes, well, it's because they thought that was the most intelligent life. Then I was like, well, then okay, that's after you saw that it wasn't cars and stuff, why did you continue to be car? But what I liked about this is the reason they had to
like 100 years ago, and they came to Earth like a long time ago.
Yeah, the idea is that they came to Earth like many centuries before man existed, but they didn't.
I didn't want to get into that because it ties into Beast Wars, so I don't know if don't even explain it to them.
No, we can explain that. We just won't explain how the Beast Wars began to tie into it. But pretty much it's like, pretty much it's like what you call it, the Autobots and the Decepticons landed on Earth millions of years before man began to evolve and whatnot, but they were dormant. And they didn't turn, how the original story went at least, they didn't turn on until the first PC was turned on. And I love how they say PC instead of like computer, because I was like, they said Apple. They said, forget.
Actually, it would have been like a Tandy.
Exactly.
It would have been like a Commodore.
Which they didn't turn on to the first PC activated, because it was like, that was the first advanced signs of life. But the thing I didn't get with that, it was like, okay, they turned on the first PCs were on. Their computer should have really realized that man was around.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It made no sense.
That's why I said it didn't make any sense when it was just like more intelligent life. I'm like, cars. You know how complicated a car actually is. Like, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying boats, planes, and all these things happened before computers. These are very complicated, very machines. So I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, I was just saying what I liked about in the Beast Wars thing is, they didn't have to turn into, and they didn't just go like, well, humans didn't exist, so turn into animals. Because if that's the case, they could have turned into a tree, whatever. They actually decided to do that because they had to protect themselves from the raw energon.
Oh, I'm shocked you remember that.
Yeah, the raw energon. They had to protect themselves from it, and so they had to stay in their beast forms while they weren't in their base. Because if they was too exposed to it, then they would either overload or turn off or.
Back to Transformers 3. What's the movie about?
Well, no, you can't tell them about Transformers 3 because that ruins the spoiler.
Yeah, I kind of.
We can talk about 1 and 2 because those on DVD. If you ain't seen those yet, then come on.
But that was one thing I did like about Beast Wars. They gave a reason for the transformations.
Yeah.
But like, still to be honest, I don't get why Optimus would turn to a big rig truck. Like, why? When he can actually move faster just walking.
And people, red, white, and blue truck.
Hey, it's just awesome. You shut up. Alright.
Come on.
But that was another thing. That when I first saw the first Transformers movie, when they said there's going to be a Transformers movie, I was like, awesome, this is going to be so great. See Optimus and everything.
Who didn't?
And I knew they're going to do Generation 1, the G1 Transformers, so I wasn't shocked that I didn't see Rhinox in them. But what really caught me off guard, but what really caught me off guard, made me not like the series, was that the movies, was that they used the original Optimus Prime's voice. I know people were going ecstatic saying, oh, they got that old man again. But I was like, that's not my Optimus Prime.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I liked that the guy that got to play it because I thought he did a good job in the movie, and like he's always done. Again, who am I to tell him he's done a horrible job? Yeah, he's been doing that voice forever. It's like going to Goku being like, "Hey, Sean Shamel, you suck." Yeah. But no, it's like
but that's not the thing. I'm like, yeah, he does a good job as Optimus Prime, but that's just not the voice I was used to for Optimus Prime. Like even in the cartoons for a while, they were still using the same voice actor from Beast Wars until now they've finally gone back to use someone that sounded like the original Optimus Prime. Which I was like, I can at least watch those ones that were when they went back to the original style Transformers. Cause I was like, yeah, at least know someone. But that one, I was like, I don't give two craps about this Optimus.
Well, in the first season of the show, I don't really remember much happening besides the guy turning on his. He basically goes, I don't.
Which was the first.
What was the bad guy? What was the evil guy name?
Megatron.
It was Megatron. His name was Megatron still. Yeah. Wow, they didn't even try.
They didn't even try. I mean, I'd rather them have it still called Optimus, Megatron. But I just love how they're just like, okay, we can't do Optimus Prime. So how about, since we're doing animals, Optimus Primal?
But I'm just saying, like, it didn't, like, I mean, they didn't even try with that. But anyway, Megatron, what I like the dinosaur dude, because he's just like, you crashed us on this planet, you're a horrible leader, I can take over. And I thought that was pretty funny that for the first episode you see him do that, and then after he gets defeated and then he gets left for dead, he gets up, then goes up to the dude in Optimus Prime and goes, I can take over your spot too. And like I was like, that's my character from now on. That was, cause I was like, he got beat up twice in a day, but even then he's just like, he comes around and makes a great sacrifice. But anyway, that's way too far ahead again. But yeah, so that's my standout from season 1. I really don't remember season 1 until you start getting into when the war started to when wins and losses in the battles actually started to matter.
Oh yeah.
But no. So I was saying, I don't know any standout points because I can go into standout points. It's just I would be skipping.
The thing is, there was, because I just sat down and watched the first season again. There was one standout point. But I kind of want it relates to Beast Machines, which happens afterwards as well, where they have an episode where we'll get to the movie soon enough so you can jump in. But they had an episode where Rhinox, he got reprogrammed as a Predacon. Where
in Beast Machines, right?
No, in Beast Wars, it's like episode 7 when they do this.
Wow, I didn't remember that.
Exactly, neither did I. And what made it so great is that Rhinox is pretty much like the pacifist of the group. He's like their scientist. He doesn't do anything unless he's provoked, which is hilarious because they reprogram him, so he pretty much becomes the opposite of what he normally is. And he just pretty much goes around. He punks Megatron. He punks everyone. For real? Yeah, he just pretty much takes over the whole. It's like Optimus they're all like, we gotta go get Rhinox back, and Optimus is like, nah, just leave him there for a bit. And they're like, why? It was like, I think Megatron bit off a little bit more than what he could chew. Mm-hmm. And they show the episode, and Rhinox is pretty much just goes, he's just shooting people in the face because he's just like, I don't give a crap. Which I was like, that's my boy.
Yeah, see, I never even knew that. I didn't even know about. Which I don't remember that.
Yeah, neither did I. Which I know this is jumping ahead a bit, but it makes sense when they have Beast Machines when they find Rhinox, where he's just like, I got sick and tired of both sides in the argument, so I'm gonna have my own side here. Yeah. Which I was like, that kind of makes sense to that episode because he does explain some of that. Yeah. How he just likes to sit back and just let everyone else do it. Mm-hmm. And he did kind of explain he didn't like how Optimus and Megatron were doing things. So I was like, that's kind of cool tying it in.
Anything else stand out in the season 1?
So season 1, I don't know. The last couple, not really, because I only bought it, but I didn't like really getting the Transformers until they got to, I think it was like season 3 when they started doing the Fusors and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.